He was a curious child. He loved to learn. He listened to stories from the elders. He dreamed of a better future for his people. Mandela saw injustice around him. Black South Africans were treated unfairly. They were denied basic rights. This angered him. He vowed to fight for equality. His journey for freedom had begun. He went to a local school. He excelled in his studies. He later attended university. He studied law. He wanted to use his knowledge. He wanted to challenge the system. Mandela's early life was filled with purpose. He was determined to make a difference. He carried the hopes of his people. He was ready to face any challenge. The ANC fought against apartheid. They organized protests. They challenged unjust laws. Mandela rose through the ranks. He became a leader. He inspired others. He spoke with passion and conviction. Freedom fighter Mandela. The government responded with force. They cracked down on dissent. They arrested ANC leaders. Mandela went into hiding. He continued his work underground. He became known as the Black Pimpernel. He traveled across South Africa. He rallied support for the struggle. He knew the risks. He was prepared to sacrifice everything. Freedom was worth fighting for. Mandela and his comrades devised a plan. They knew that the struggle for freedom would not be easy and that it would require both strategic thinking and immense courage. Together, they brainstormed ways to challenge the oppressive apartheid regime, understanding that their actions would have far-reaching consequences. They formed Umkhonto Sizwe, which means Spear of the Nation. This was not a decision made lightly, but rather a necessary step in their fight for justice and equality. It was the armed wing of the ANC. They targeted government installations, aiming to weaken the infrastructure of the apartheid state. Importantly, they took great care to avoid civilian casualties as their fight was against the system, not the people. Their goal was to disrupt the apartheid state and make it clear that the status quo could not continue. They wanted to show the world that the oppressed would not remain silent. Freedom fighter Mandela. In 1964, Mandela was arrested. This was a significant blow to the movement, as Mandela was a key figure and a symbol of resistance. He was charged with sabotage and treason, serious accusations that carried heavy penalties. The trial was a pivotal moment, drawing international attention to the injustices of apartheid. He was sentenced to life in prison, a sentence meant to silence him and deter others from following in his footsteps. He was sent to Robben Island, a place known for its harsh conditions and isolation. It was a maximum security prison off the coast of Cape Town, designed to hold the most dangerous political prisoners. Imprisoned Mandela. Prison life was brutal. Mandela endured hard labor, breaking rocks in the hot sun and facing constant surveillance. He was subjected to solitary confinement, a tactic used to break his spirit and isolate him from other activists. He was denied basic human rights, including adequate food, medical care, and communication with the outside world. But his spirit remained unbroken. Despite the harsh conditions, Mandela continued to inspire others with his resilience and determination. He found strength in his beliefs, holding on to the hope that one day freedom and equality would prevail. He continued to resist apartheid from behind bars, using his time in prison to educate himself and others, and to plan for a future where all South Africans could live in harmony. Mandela became an international symbol of resistance. People around the world called for his release. They condemned apartheid. They supported the struggle for freedom in South Africa. Imprisoned Mandela inside prison, Mandela remained a leader. He educated his fellow prisoners. He taught them about politics, history, and philosophy. He inspired them to hope. He kept the spirit of resistance alive. He refused to be silenced. He smuggled messages out of prison. He communicated with the ANC leadership. He remained a powerful voice against apartheid. His words resonated far beyond the prison walls. After 27 long years, Nelson Mandela was finally released from prison. His release marked a pivotal moment in South African history.
It was February 11th, 1990. The world watched in awe as Mandela walked out of Victor Verster prison, a symbol of resilience and hope.
He emerged a free man, His head held high, his spirit unbroken despite the years of confinement.
At 71 years old, Mandela's spirit remained unbroken. His resolve to fight for justice and equality was stronger than ever.
Upon his release, Mandela immediately called for peace and reconciliation, urging South Africans to come together and heal the wounds of the past.
He urged his supporters to lay down their arms, emphasizing that the struggle for freedom should be fought with words and ideas, not violence.
Mandela envisioned a new South Africa, one where all citizens, regardless of race, could live in harmony and equality.
His dream was to build a nation free from racial discrimination, where everyone had the same opportunities and rights.
He worked tirelessly with the government, engaging in negotiations and discussions to bring about meaningful change.
Through these negotiations, they managed to end apartheid. They also drafted a new constitution that would lay the foundation for a democratic South Africa.
This new constitution guaranteed equal rights for all citizens, ensuring that everyone was treated with dignity and respect.
Mandela's dream was slowly becoming a reality. The vision he had fought for was now within reach.
In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic elections. For the first time, people of all races could vote, marking a significant step towards true equality.
The ANC won a landslide victory, and Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. His inauguration was a moment of immense pride and joy for the nation.
Mandela's presidency was marked by forgiveness.
It investigated human rights abuses during apartheid. He established the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
It offered amnesty to perpetrators who confessed their crimes.
But he also believed in healing. He believed in justice.
He chose to forgive. He knew that revenge would only prolong the cycle of hatred.
He wanted to build a united South Africa.
Mandela focused on reconciliation.
He improved access to education and healthcare. He promoted social and economic equality.
He worked to heal the wounds of the past.
He led with compassion and understanding.
Nelson Mandela lived by powerful words. He said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." This quote embodies his spirit. He never gave up on his dreams. He fought for what he believed in. He overcame incredible obstacles. He also believed in education. He said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." He knew that knowledge is power. He encouraged people to learn and grow. Mandela's words continue to inspire. They remind us that anything is possible. They challenge us to fight for a better world. They teach us the importance of perseverance and hope.
Nelson Mandela retired from politics in 1999. He continued to work for peace and justice. He established the Nelson Mandela Foundation. It focuses on HIV/AIDS, education and rural development. He became a global icon. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. He received numerous other honors. He used his platform to advocate for human rights. He spoke out against poverty, inequality and injustice. Mandela's legacy is one of hope. He showed the world that change is possible. He demonstrated the power of forgiveness and reconciliation. He inspired millions to fight for their dreams.
Mandela's impact extended far beyond South Africa. His influence was felt in every corner of the globe, transcending borders and cultures. He became a symbol of hope for oppressed people around the world. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality inspired millions who were fighting their own battles against oppression and discrimination. His message of peace and reconciliation resonated globally. He inspired countless individuals to strive for a better world, one where harmony and understanding could prevail over hatred and division. From activists to artists, from politicians to ordinary citizens, people from all walks of life drew inspiration from his life and work. His influence was not limited to any one group. It spanned across professions, ages, and nationalities. His story became a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. Mandela's resilience in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges showed the world that perseverance and courage could lead to monumental change. His legacy continues to shape global conversations about social justice, equality, and human rights. His life's work has become a cornerstone for those advocating for a fairer and more just society. His teachings on forgiveness and reconciliation offer a roadmap for healing divided societies. Mandela's approach to resolving conflicts through dialogue and understanding has been adopted by leaders and communities worldwide. His life serves as a reminder that even in the face of immense challenges, one person can make a world of difference. Mandela's journey from prisoner to president is a powerful example of how dedication to a cause can transform not just a nation, but the entire world. His speeches, filled with wisdom and compassion, continue to echo through time, inspiring new generations to take up the mantle of justice and equality. Mandela's words remind us that the fight for a better world is ongoing, and that each of us has a role to play. Monuments and memorials dedicated to Mandela around the world stand as testaments to his enduring legacy. They serve as constant reminders of the impact one individual can have on the course of history. Mandela Day, celebrated annually, encourages people to take action and inspire change, reflecting his belief in the power of community service and global unity. His influence continues to bring people together, fostering a spirit of collective responsibility and hope for a brighter future.
Nelson Mandela passed away on December 5, 2013. He was 95 years old. The world mourned the loss of a true icon, but his spirit lives on. His legacy continues to inspire. Mandela's life was a testament to the power of the human spirit. He showed us that anything is possible. He taught us the importance of courage, determination, and forgiveness. He left an indelible mark on the world. His story is a beacon of hope. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, light can prevail. His message of peace, equality, and justice will continue to resonate for generations to come. Nelson Mandela's light will never be extinguished. Thank you for watching Unquenchable TV. Please like, share, and subscribe.